Good evening and welcome to tonight's game between the Leopards and the Hawks. We'll introduce the team starting with the Leopards and the team tonight. And the left field is number 20, Pat Brett.
Feel like you were here. It made me want to come out last night. Very, very welcome both teams tonight. I said I got to be there a little bit later. Can't stay all night, but I appreciate you all having me on here. Of course, take care of our all our local athletic school districts and also their sports as well as their bands and other competitions in there.
Last night we had our biggest night ever. Game. That never was possible.
Well, and watching it, the excitement is gone, man. Now we've had their coaches, their administrators is really awesome.
Dr. Young, we appreciate you for being with us so much and your support. So take the channel game day. Great game for Colorado.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm probably going to let the professionals talk. Thank y'all. Let's have a great game.
So we appreciate Dr. Young. First base line, and he's going to be out at first base, but that's going to score a run. Garton comes across the plate. That's going to be the first run of the ball game. LE strikes first. Looks like there's going to be an appeal. Maybe there was runner interference. Bowman put his hands out to make the safe call. Let's contact with the first baseman, but obviously that's going to be difficulties. We apologize if you can't hear us at home. We do have some people on the news feed that are letting us know that they cannot hear us via Facebook. One man left on and one run scored. We're headed to the bottom of the first. And it looks like we're going to have a ball game, folks. We'll be right back with more baseball here on Texarkana Game Day and Tiger Vision.
Here today, here tomorrow.
Welcome back to Tiger Field. This is Texarkana Game Day along with Tiger Vision, bringing you the second game of the 4A Regional Finals between the Liberty Ilo Leopards and the home team tonight, the Pleasant Grove Hawks. Pleasant Grove did take game one last night with a win and a score of 7-5. And we're in game number two, and LE comes out hot, scores one in the top of the first inning. We are headed to the bottom of the first inning with the pitcher Alex Galvin coming up to plate.
And last night, Alex reached base twice, once via the single, once via the walk, scored a run, and was pretty solid on the mound.
All right, and so Galvin steps up to the plate. Nate Moore on the mound for LE tonight. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Looks like we've got them worked out.
Yeah, we've got a lot of folks here. Somebody tripped on a cord. We got to plug back in, and we're in good shape.
Pitch going to be high for ball number two. Leadoff man Alex Galvin up first for the Hawks. You couldn't hear us in the first inning. There were a couple bunts laid down, and LE did score one run. That one's going to go off the foot of Galvin, and the first run of the night for Pleasant Grove is on the base.
Going to bring up Brenton Clark. Brenton's playing center field tonight. He started the game last night on the mound for the Hawks. Went 2 for 3, drove in 2. Pitched 2.5 innings and didn't allow a run.
Let's see. Brenton steps up to the plate wearing number 20.
Looks like he's getting some signs from Coach Fincher there.
So Galvin stands on first. Nate Moore on the mound for LE tonight. His first pitch to Clark is going to be right back to him. Be a double play. It's the second. It's over to first. Dirt. And that's going to be a double play for LE.
Wow.
Right back to Nate Moore. That was a 1-6-3 double play.
Yeah, it never hurts to have your starting shortstop playing pitcher when a ball's hit back to the mound there, does it?
Nice job. And just like that, Nate Moore turns the double play. And the runner that the Hawks had on is taken back to the dugout. So great plays made by both teams so far. We've seen 2 double plays, and we're not even through a full inning yet. It's going to bring up the shortstop, J.M. Long. First pitch to him is going to be high for ball number 1.
Last night, J.M. went 0 for 4. He did score a run. Made some pretty solid plays at shortstop defensively, though.
This one's going to be out into left. Right to Zach Brown. 3 up and 3 down for the Leopards. So just like that, we've got 1 inning done. The Leopards do have an early lead of 1-0 over the home team, Pleasant Grove Hawks tonight. It looks like it's going to be a good one. We're going to stay with you during this commercial break. We've got a lot to talk about.
That's right, yeah. And as you say that, the breeze comes back. I'm pretty stoked about that. Another beautiful night for baseball, Brian.
And so as we were telling you, not sure if you could hear us in the pregame, but tonight is game 2 of a 3-game series. Pleasant Grove did take game number 1 over Liberty Ilo last night. Have scored a 7-5, and man, it was a dandy. It came down to the last inning of game number 1 where Tucker Anderson cleared the bases in the top of the 7th to give the Hawks the lead and the win.
Not just cleared the bases with 2 outs on a 2-strike pitch. Literally down to his last strike and smoked one to center field.
And last night, both teams finished the night with 9 hits and 1 error for each team. It could not have been more of an even game if you tried to make it. Mm-hmm. The only thing was the score.
That's a couple outs on the base paths might have been what was the difference last night.
And you cannot write a better script for the one that we had last night, but the sequel is building up to be a pretty good one so far. And so again, I'm Brian Bolton. I'm joined by the big play caller himself, is what we like to call him, Frank Sides, and Mr. Game Day, Morgan Smith. And if you think game 1 was wild, here comes the second inning.
Y'all gave me a bum headset. I can't talk because this microphone keeps falling down.
That was the plan. Everyone in the comment section said make sure his headset doesn't work.
I didn't talk at all yesterday, so I don't know what I did to anybody.
So Galvin on the mound. First pitch to Bryce Blackwell. He checks the swing, but it's called for strike number 1.
And Bryce went 1 for 4 last night. Scored a run. That 1 hit was a double.
This one going to be down the first baseline, and it's barely going to be fouled. So let me give you a little stat here. LE has not been to the Final Four, to the state tournament since 2007. They haven't won it since 2006. Pleasant Grove hasn't been since 2017, but they have not won a state title since 2012. So 14 years for LE and 4 years since they've been to the final round. So both teams looking to get there for the win of this series. And so LE will have to win tonight and tomorrow to get to Austin. Pleasant Grove will advance with a win tonight to the state tournament. So the 4th pitch going to be driven foul down the first base line, and so the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Bryce Blackwell, the first baseman, up to bat for the Leopards. Alex Galvin on the mound for the Hawks. So it looks like we've got someone watching from Alaska. So we appreciate you for tuning in all the way from game. We really enjoyed having him. What a big sponsor and just a all-around great guy with Texarkana Game Day.
One of the best men in Texarkana. I mean, he does something, and found out he wanted to come on this morning.
And so someone did comment and wants to know if we can stop the buffering. We have absolutely no control over that. And so we are doing the best that we can with what we're working with. So 2-2 count to Blackwell. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, but it hangs high for ball number 3. That's going to bring the count full. Here's the payoff pitch. It's low for ball number 4, and Bryce Blackwell will reach with no outs. He draws the walk. And so we're going to the bullpen already for the Hawks. Alex Galvin, a short night for him. He's going to come off. And they are going to bring in number 14. That is Co Blaine. Co Blaine will come to the mound. We're going to stay with you during this pitching change here. I want to make sure we give a big shout out to Tiger Vision for all of the students and the people working in the truck and the cameras. They do an amazing job here at Texas High, all of the production that they do. Also want to mention, make sure Texarkana Game Day, go over to the Facebook page, give the Facebook page a like where you can keep up with all the local high school and little league. There's all kinds of athletic events that go on. And such a great thing that Texarkana Game Day does for all of the local and area athletes. So Co Blaine, number 14, will step on the mound for the Hawks. Let's see, I'm not sure if Alex Galvin slipped out there. It looks like he may be out. Let's see, I'm not seeing him. So he may be in the dugout right now. We'll make sure that we keep you up. But after that short break, we're going to be right back to action. Number 1, Hunter Burks. They call him Hank. He's going to step up to the plate for the Leopards. Co Blaine on the mound.
And Hunter didn't start last night, but he came in as a defensive replacement, ended up going 1 for 3 and scoring a run.
He lays down a beautiful bunt. It's down the third base line. He's going to be safe at first base. There's not going to be a throw. And so just like that again, LE gets on the base pad quickly here in the top of the second inning. Got a runner on first and second, and what a beautiful bunt. Frank, I know you don't like small ball, but man, I don't know if they practiced that this morning, but LE has laid down 3 amazing bunts already in this game.
I love small ball if you can bunt like that. That's a hit every time.
And so Coach Fincher's and so I'm sure he'll get it fixed. He's not a happy camper right now. So he says what he has to say, and everyone runs back to their position. We'll be back to action here shortly. Looks like number 7 for the Leopards will come in and run. I do not have a number 7 on the depth chart, so not sure who that is. We'll try our best to get you a number on them. But number 7 is out there running, if that is number 7.
I believe I see a 7.
I think it is 7.
Do you have a 3 on the depth chart? Might be a 3. Never mind, it's not. You're going to bring up Zach Brush.
Zach Brush lays down another beautiful bunt. They're going to get him at third base and force out. There was no slide by the runner that just came in. And so they do get the force out at third base. A nice job there by the PG defense to make sure they scoop that one up and know exactly where to go with it. And so they get the lead runner. There is one out, but there's still a runner on first and second. So they do get the force at third. It's going to bring up the DH, number 15, Xander Worthy.
That was a heck of a defensive play, Brian.
Yeah, and if I was Coach Fowler, I would have done the same thing. You keep doing it until they stop you. That was just a great defensive play there.
It's going to bring up DH lefty hitting Xander Worthy, number 15. He'll take the first pitch high. Xander last night was 1 for 3 and drove in a run with his single.
catcher's glove for strike number 2. We got Lisa Grant tuning in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We appreciate you for tuning in over in Oklahoma. We've got a good game here, folks. A 1-2 count to Worthy. Here's the pitch. He's going to foul it into his own dugout. Almost took Coach Fowler out over there, but he stays alive.
You know, it's been all fastball so far for Blaine. I'm not sure if he's got a secondary in there waiting to unveil it here.
So the 1-2 pitch to the plate. It's going to be a fastball. It's high, but it's swung on and missed for out number 2.
Get on the mound.
And Ron Garza.
It's a big out.
Comes to bat for the Leopards. The runner's still on first and second. 2 outs here in the top of the second. First pitch to Garza's right on the inside corner for strike number 1. The bases are going to be loaded.
Oh boy, and Colby Brooks is coming to the mound.
To the plate.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'm thinking ahead of myself about this call here in a second.
Just make sure you don't yell. You know what, Frank? It's playoff baseball. You do what you want to do.
That's right. And this, I'm telling you, this is the hottest hitter in the entire state of Texas. Every single at bat for the last 2.5 weeks. He's again, just like last night, he's going to be looking to swing hard, swing early, and see if he can't pull something hard.
Bases loaded. Brooks to the plate. First one going to be in the dirt for ball number 1. Looks like Brooks has got some new kicks on today. He had to bring out the icy whites. You look good, you feel good, you play good. So bases loaded for the hot number 2, Colby Brooks. He's awaiting his second pitch. It's a breaking ball.
And a good one.
And you said he was going to be early, and he was, and that's strike number 1.
That's right. You don't get 4 runs here with a single.
So 1-1 count to Brooks. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball. Ooh. It's low and outside for ball number 2.
All right, he's seen it twice now. Do you throw him one more?
I don't think so. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
It's inside, about thigh high, but it's off the plate for ball number 3.
This is what I like to call the danger zone. Power hitter, bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Fastball count.
3 balls and 1 strike to Brooks. Blaine comes set. He delivers. It's in the dirt. Colby Brooks trots down to first base as he draws a walk. They're going to bring in
Hunter Burks scores our second
number 10.
runner.
That's going to be Dylan Garton that'll come in for Colby Brooks. So LE takes an early lead. They've got 2 runs right now here in the top of the second.
That's right. It's going to bring up our pitcher, Nate Moore.
They have the bases loaded.
Oh, look at that third baseman. If he lays that bunt down again, it's an easy run here. A nice bunt single in the first inning.
He's not looking to bunt. He
No,
takes
sir.
one right down the pipe for strike number 1. Nate Moore hits this one, and it's right to the glove of Josh Brown. He makes a great grab at second base, and so 1 hit, 3 runners left on, and 1 run scored for the Leopards here in the top of the second. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we're going to be back with more Texas playoff baseball.
right now at all Greg Orr Auto Collection locations in Texarkana. Shop from your phone, online, or in person, and make no payments up to 120 days with record low interest rates, drastic price reductions, and huge incentives on our vast and pristine selection. Plus, for sales or service, we will even pick up and deliver your vehicle to you. For all the money-saving details, please visit GregOrAuto.com. That's GregOrAuto.com.
Welcome back to Texarkana Game Day. We are live here at Texas High for the second game of the 4A regional final between the crosstown rivals, Liberty Ilo Leopards and the Pleasant Grove Hawks. If you thought game one was something last night, folks, you are in for a treat because the fans here can hardly contain themselves. And it is about to get crazy. Liberty Ilo is up 2-0 right now over the Hawks, but just like last night, we know the Hawks can hit.
It's going to bring up Alex Murphy playing third base tonight. 1 for 3 last night with a double. He scored 2 runs. And he's first pitch.
He's up, and just like that. First pitch he sees from Nate Moore. He just sits back and pushes that one through the gap between first and second base out into right field.
I'm not sure this man coming to the plate needs an introduction after the videos that you've seen today and the calls last night. But this is Tucker Anderson, who had the game-winning 3 RBI triple in the top of the 7th last night. Big right-handed hitting first baseman.
So Tucker steps up to the plate. First pitch from him is a breaking ball. He drives it down in foul territory down the third base line. Hey, if you're just now joining us, we appreciate you for tuning in on Texarkana Game Day in partnership with Tiger Vision here at Texas High. Make sure you like and share this post so that other folks can tune in. Watch if they want to. Got some great Texas high school baseball going on. The 4A regional finals, game number 2. And so it is win or go home for LE tonight. If PG wins, they go to the state tournament in Austin. If LE wins, it forces a game 3 tomorrow right here. The next pitch going to be fouled off over the first base dugout for strike number 2. So he's fouled one down the third base line. He's fouled one down the first base line. Let's see if he puts one between the lines now. So 0-2 to Tucker Anderson. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball. It's high for ball number 1. No outs. Here in the bottom of the second, Pleasant Grove is the home team tonight. Liberty Ilo was the home team last night. If there is a game 3 tomorrow, they will flip a coin to see who gets to be the home team tomorrow. Nate Moore on the mound for the Leopards. He delivers a breaking ball in the dirt for ball number 2. Going to even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to number 23, Tucker Anderson. No outs and a runner on first for Pleasant Grove. Here's a pitch.
Boy.
He drives it into the gap.
Oh,
it's
boy.
going back.
Oh,
it's
boy.
all the way to the ball. It is out of here.
Oh, my God.
And so Tucker Anderson I don't know, but he is red hot. He comes up with a big hit last night, and ladies and gentlemen, it's up and it's over the fence. And just like that, if you've got time and you better get out of here.
His mother stayed. She tried to stay off the concrete.
She's up again.
That is
on
awesome.
The concrete.
Unbelievable.
Get here, folks. The lid is about to blow off of this ballpark.
I'll let you have that one, Brian. I started yelling and stopped.
Well, that's why I paused, because I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it.
He hit that really well. Left center field, right over the state bank side.
You got me a little gunshot here.
Wow.
So we're tied 2-2 here in the bottom of the second. Hitter Traveler. I don't know if home, if you can hear. Not sure if you can hear the crowd here, but it is an amazing crowd. And they're fired up. So no balls and 2 strikes to Couch. This one's going to be low for ball number 1. Traveler Couch calls time at the plate. He's going to step back in quickly. Nate Moore on the mound. He delivers. The 1-2 pitch is going to be a breaking ball in the dirt for ball number 2. Going to even up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With no outs here in the bottom of the second. A 2-run shot by Tucker Anderson just moments ago. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball number 3.
I got to say, if you're watching this from Ouachita Baptist, you've got you a good first baseman headed your way.
Absolutely. So here's the payoff pitch to the plate. And he rings him up. Strike number 3.
I don't think Trevor Couch likes that.
The fans here didn't either.
And half of them did.
And so things getting a little chippy here at the ballpark, and as it should. It's an amazing atmosphere here.
Going to bring up Brock Bearden, number 28, playing right field tonight.
Emotions are high, a lot at stake here for both teams. First pitch to him is going to be a high fastball, swung on and missed for strike number 1.
Brock was 2 for 3 last night with that big solo home run that was the first big moment of the game last night.
This one going to be outside for ball number 1. The 1-1 pitch going to be low for ball number 2. Next pitch going to be an off-speed pitch, and it's in the dirt for ball number 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike to number 28, Brock Bearden. This next one going to be called a strike right at the knees for strike number 2. We got 1,000 people here that liked it and 1,000 people that didn't. Here's the payoff pitch. That one's going to be down for a base hit. Brock Bearden with a full count drives one down the third base line, and it's going to be in fair territory. That'll be a single marked up for number 28. I want to take a moment to mention the free Texarkana Game Day app. Go over to the App Store and make sure you download the free Texarkana Game Day app. With that, you'll also get notifications. I know there's a couple notifications that have gone out already for this game. And so there's a lot of nice stuff on the app. You can keep up with local high school athletics. And it's free.
Hey,
So go over to the App Store and download the Texarkana Game Day app. Cason Head tries to lay his first pitch down, and he fouls it to the backstop. Scorebook is strike number 1. So Brock Bearden with a single, a one-out single. He stands on first base. Catcher Cason Head at the plate. Next pitch he sees is outside for ball number 1. Going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're just now joining us, you have missed some action. Score is tied 2-2, and it has been really exciting so far. So Cason Head pulls his bunt back. It's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike.
you know, I didn't think it was possible for the weather to be better than last night, but somehow it is.
Well, it wasn't for a while, but the sun has gone behind some clouds and not much of a wind blowing. And so if you hit a ball, it's going to be all strength to get it out of here. That one right at the knees for number 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cason Head here in the bottom of the 2nd. Pleasant Grove answers with 2 runs of their own so far here in the inning, but they've only got 1 out. They got a runner on first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be high for ball number 3, and so just like with the previous batter, we've got a full count. So we're going to see what happens right here. The payoff pitch to the plate. It's swung on. Back to Nate Moore. He throws it to second. Out at second. Over to first. He's going to be safe at first base. No one moved when the ball was hit. Cason Head is safe by the fielder's choice over at first base. So number 2, the left fielder for the Hawks, will step up to the plate. Nate Moore on the mound for the Leopards tonight. First pitch to Kohler is going to be a breaking ball that hangs high for ball number 1.
Hayden doubled last night in 3 trips and scored a run.
The 1-0 pitch is going to be to the shortstop. Burks will scoop it up across the diamond. A nice job by Bryce Blackwell to reach way up in the air and catch that one for out number 3. And so we are going to stay with you during this commercial break. But with 1 hit, 1 runner left on, and 2 runs scored, we're tied 2 apiece here at Texas High at Tiger Field for the 2nd game of the regional final series between your Liberty Ilo Leopards and also your Pleasant Grove Hawks. And so we are joined now again by Dr. Young.
Just, you know, what great competition. The whole 4 states area out here, and then everybody else that can't be here picking it up on game day and with Tiger Vision.
Innings in. It's tied 2-2. You've been sitting back there spectating. What do you think so far? I know you weren't able to come out last night, but man, what an atmosphere here.
Yes, no, it's just great to see these young men and being as competitive as they are, but still also having a game that good sportsmanship, and then also hearing this crowd, and everybody came here to have such a great time. And you know, just PG's team is awesome, LE's team is awesome, and it's a great place to be tonight.
Absolutely. And so You were one of the original sponsors, if not the first. I'm not sure. I don't have those statistics, but what a great sponsor you have been for Texarkana Game Day.
Well, you know, it's great to be able to sponsor something like this, and just as well, you know, we sponsor all our local school districts, not just the athletics, but also the intellectual part, the scholastic part, and just happy to be a part of the community. We don't want anybody to get sick, hurt, or injured, but we want them to know where to go if they do.
Absolutely. And so if you do have any of those problems, which we hope you don't, but we got to keep Dr. Young in business, head on over to Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. Give him a shout. Great professionals over there that get to you in a timely manner. And
speaking of professionals, I'm going to let you guys back in it.
Well, we appreciate you for jumping in. This one's going to be down the third base line. It's going to stay in fair territory. And number 3, Braylon Blair, will be out at first base after seeing 2 pitches from Co Blaine. So there's the first out of the third inning. A little chopper down the third base line. Alex Murphy comes up and scoops it up on the run and throws across his body while he's moving over to first base, and a nice play for out number 1. That's going to bring up number 23, Gage Bellotti.
Gage flew out to left field in his first at bat, and base runner got caught trying to advance from second to third into a double play on that potential big inning.
So second pitch, belt high for strike number 1. Going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to big number 23, Gage Bellotti. I want to welcome Mr. Morgan Smith back to the table with us. We appreciate Dr. Young for stepping in and talking with us. We're not sure if you could hear him pregame when we talked, but we know you could hear him just a second ago. And just what a stand-up professional. He loves all of the local schools here in Texarkana, does all that he can to support them, and just a great sponsor and supporter of Texarkana Game Day. And so if you're ever in need, make sure you go over and see him and all of the people at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. If you need to know, they're at 4646 Calhoun Creek.
I believe we can see it from here.
Yeah. So 3-1 to Bellotti. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and he's going to draw a walk. So with 1 out, he'll trot down to first base. That's going to bring up number 21, Bryce Blackwell. If you're tuning in on Texarkana Game Day via Facebook or YouTube, or you're watching at one of the local restaurants, or maybe even from your home, we appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you like and share this post. It's going to be a good one, folks, so get it out there so everyone can see it. Call your aunt, call your cousin, call your mama. Make sure they tune in, because we're tied 2-2 as we enter the top half of the third inning. And Bryce Blackwell is up to bat for the Leopards.
And Bryce drew a walk his first inning to get that little rally started.
Co Blaine, a fastball to the plate. He hits it over to J.M. Long. He goes to second. There's 1 out, but it's not going to be close enough at first. A throw just a little off the mark. And so J.M. Long made a nice play over at shortstop, going down to one knee, flips it over to Josh Brown, and just not in time over to first base. But that is 2 outs. So a runner on first, 2 outs. It's going to bring up Hunter Burks to the plate.
Hunter laid down a beautiful bunt his last at bat and was able to score.
Co Blaine's first pitch, a fastball low and inside for ball number 1. Next one going to be outside for ball number 2. Coach Fincher tells him to slow down just a little bit and do what you do. Getting this pitcher to calm down a little bit. It's not easy to be calm in this atmosphere. Emotions are definitely high. They look like Coach Fincher's pep talk worked, because that one's in there for strike number 1. Going to bring the count 2 balls and 1 strike to Hank, who plays second base. Looks like he's playing shortstop tonight. He's usually over at second base when Nate Moore is playing shortstop. He's going to be at shortstop tonight, though. So 3 balls and 1 strike to the 6-hole hitter, Hunter Burks. Bryce Blackwell stands on first. Lane. It's going to be a dribbler to J.M. Long. He'll flip it over to second, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. They throw it over to first, but no need. You can't get 4 outs. But no hits, no runs scored, and 1 man left on. Here in the top of the 3rd, we're tied 2-2. It looks like it's going to be a good one. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more baseball here on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include with our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Austin Bowner, Game 3. Day 1 was electric, and we find ourselves back here for day number 2 of the 4A Regional Finals here at Texas High. We're entering the bottom half of the 3rd inning. That's going to bring up number 6, Alex Galvin, who is the starting pitcher tonight for the Hawks. Nate Moore still on the mound for the Leopards, and we've got a good one, folks. If you're just tuning in, we appreciate you tuning in here on Texarkana Game Day and Tiger Vision. That second pitch going to be in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Galvin.
And Alex took a breaking ball off the toe in his first at bat. Reached base via the hit by pitch.
I see Tony Langford over in the stands, watching on some local baseball.
Jay Davis is here, sitting back here with
Cupcaking.
Young. That's
He's
right.
cupcaking.
Weaseling his way in here again in the press box.
We're going to get him to do some announcing.
Well, he doesn't have his laptop with him.
So the 4th pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball number 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to Galvin, who is the leadoff man this inning and the 1-hole hitter for the Hawks. Here's the 3-1 pitch to him. It's called ball number 4, and the leadoff man once again is on for the Hawks. Trenton Clark. He's playing second base. He has moved to second base. He started in center field. He is over at second base now. I'm figuring that Alex Galvin headed out to center field.
And Brenton's first at bat, he hit one up the middle. Nate Moore snagged it and started the old 1-6-3 double play. Bad luck there for Mr. Young, Brenton Clark.
And if you can remember, help me look between innings so we can figure out who's at second and center. Just wanted to tell you live,
Okay.
so maybe you can. I want to make sure I've got it right here, so I call everybody's babies out.
What a play by Gage Bellotti on a hard hit ball. He turns one. He's unable to get the second runner, but that's a scary play when you're charging and a guy slaps it right at you.
And so Coach Fowler wanted to know if he had interference over at second base, and the umpire says he did not, so it will just be 1 out. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pleasant Grove is your home team tonight. It's going to bring up number 7, the shortstop, J.M. Long. This one's going to be to second base. He's going to scoop it up. That's Xander Hall. He throws it over to first. That's going to be out number 2. Brenton Clark will advance to second base. That's going to bring up number 13, Alex Murphy. And while we have a moment, Frank, I want to give a shout out to my lovely wife. Today is our anniversary, and I'm here calling the ball game, and she has not complained one time.
How long have you guys been married?
We've been married for 4 years.
Wait till about year 10.
This one's going to be popped out of play in foul territory.
This is your
So
third
Alex
baseman.
Murphy swings at the first pitch that he sees.
And Alex poked one through the gap there into right field his first at bat for a single. Ended up scoring on the Tucker Anderson home run back in last inning.
I told my wife today, I said, man, 4 years has gone by so quick. And she said, oh, I thought it was 5 or 6. She said, it's gone by so slow. That's the difference with living with me and living with her.
Yeah. What's her name?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, I was going to shout her out. I hear you. I completely understand, ma'am.
Bernice. Bernice Bolt.
Bernice Bolt. Looks like a Laura to me. Just a good guess.
So Nate Moore's curveball is going to be outside for ball number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Alex Murphy. Murphy's definitely not looking to walk. He is a hitter.
Murphy's got a runner in scoring position there.
So there is a little action in the LE bullpen. Nate Moore's fastball blows it by Alex Murphy for strike number 2. A big swing. And so 1 pitch and Nate Moore's out of this. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Nate Moore delivers to the plate. It's going to be in the dirt. It's going to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're watching at home, this game has lived up to all the hype. Game 1 and Game 2 so far. What an atmosphere. The 2-2 pitch going to be swung on and missed. No hits, no runs scored, and 1 man left on for the Hawks. We're headed to the 4th inning, folks, and it's a dandy. Make sure you come right back with us after this commercial break here on Texarkana Game Day and Tiger Vision.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, handcrafted stone is our passion, and we ensure our customers receive the quality they deserve. We stand by our word, we stand by our products, services, and work that we do. Our team of experienced craftsmen and product experts have been perfecting their craft of fabricating and installing stone since 1998. Visit the Design Center at Red River Lumber to see the many beautiful stone options available for your next project.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield, we're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Bolt in Texarkana.
Welcome back here to Texarkana Game Day and Tiger Vision. We're here to start the top of the 4th inning. Oh, and it's going to be a hit batter.
Zach Brush.
Number 20, Zach Brush was up, and the first pitch is going to hit him, and coach is coming out to take a visit. While he's taking a visit, we're going to make a couple changes here. Looks like Brenton Clark has moved to second base, number 20, Brenton Clark. And it looks like number 6, Alex Galvin, went to center field. So I believe everyone else is still correct. We'll make sure we keep you updated if we see any more changes for you. That's going to bring up the DH, number 15, Xander Worthy. His first one is going to pop it up in foul territory, but Alex Murphy's under it. That's going to be out number 1. So with a runner on first and 1 out, it's going to bring up number 18, the right fielder, Ron Garza.
And Ron reached via the hit by pitch in his first at bat. He shows bunt, but he's able to pull it back and takes the first pitch for a ball.
Garza stands at the plate. He squares the bunt. He lays one down. A beautiful bunt. The third baseman picks it up over to first, and he is out, but that does advance the runner to second base. Number 20, Zach Brush, will stand on second base after he was hit by a pitch. He was the leadoff man of the inning. It's going to bring up Colby Brooks.
I believe he's going to be walked here. Just a hunch I have.
And he is. They're going to intentionally walk Colby Brooks. And so with those sparkly white shoes, he's going to trot down to first base. And number 10, make sure, okay, that is Dylan Garton. I wanted to make sure that I got his name correct.
You know, I don't
Dylan
know that
Garton
I blame
will
them
come over
for
and
that.
run for Colby Brooks.
He's going to bring up Nate Moore. He laid down a beautiful bunt in the first inning, reached as that was a single, and lined out to the second with a couple men in scoring position in the second.
Nate Moore is a baller, so don't be surprised if he comes up with a big clutch hit. He could pull one. There's a big gap between third and short. A breaking ball going to hang high for ball number 1 to Nate Moore. Braylon Blair, the center fielder, awaits on deck. Second pitch to Moore. It's hit out. It's going to drop. There's a base hit. He's waving him around. There's not going to be a play at home. 1 run will score, and Garton advances to third base. Nate Moore will hold up at first, and just like that, LE goes on top, 3-2. And so we had the, what I like to call the Trey Lavender dance. It looked like he pulled his hamstring coming from home plate to, yeah, but I think he did a little, I don't know what you call that, percolating
it's
or
called
something?
a stanky leg.
No, he didn't do the stanky leg. He pop locked and dropped it. But then goes foul with that dance. But from here, going to bring up center fielder number 3, Braylon Blair. Runners on first and third. Blair's going to have a big swing on a hanging curveball. He'll miss it for strike number 1. Nate Moore advances to second base. Garton stands on third, and so with 2 outs, runner on second and third for the Leopards. Here's a breaking ball in the dirt. He will hold up this time. Going to even up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike to center fielder Braylon Blair. Blaine on the mound for the Hawks. He delivers another breaking ball. It's going to be popped up into shallow center. Alex Galvin comes in. He makes the catch. And so 1 hit, 1 run scores, and 2 men left on for the Leopards. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th, folks. If you're tuned in, make sure you don't turn it off. We're going to be back shortly after this break, and you don't.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
The excitement coming into today's game, it built up to a very big moment. And then in the first 2 innings, it exploded. So it has been one heck of a game so far, and we're only in the bottom of the 4th. Got a lot of baseball left to be played. LE on top 3-2 right now over the Pleasant Grove Hawks. Number 23.
Again, you do not need an introduction here. This is big.
Let's see if they need one.
You're right.
Tucker Anderson, some huge hits so far in this regional final series. First pitch to him is going to be in the dirt for ball number 1.
Including a monster 2-run home run in the bottom of the 2nd. That those stand as we speak as Pleasant Grove's only 2 on the board as they trail 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th.
So if you've downloaded the free Texarkana Game Day app, you have gotten some notifications that has his name on it multiple times over the last 2 days. He has been on fire, about like Colby Brooks. So Nate Moore delivers the 1-0 pitch to him, and it's going to be in there for strike number 1. Going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to the dangerous Tucker Anderson. Nate Moore, another fastball, going to be fouled off the foot of Anderson. So Nate Moore going right at him. And Nate Moore's ahead in the count right now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Nate Moore on the mound for the Leopards. Anderson at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moore delivers a fastball. It's on the outside corner. It's strike number 3. So Nate Moore not intimidated by all the work that Anderson has done in the last 2 days. And he squeaks one by right on the outside corner and sends Tucker Anderson to the dugout. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Traveler Couch. First one, fastball right down the middle, fouled off of his foot. So quickly ahead in the count. Moore once again.
You know, I got to say, these cream-colored PG outfits, the uniforms, are pretty sharp. I'm a big fan.
Traveler Couch steps back in. Another fastball going to be low for ball number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th, LE leads the Pleasant Grove Hawks 3-2. Just now joining us, we appreciate you for tuning in on Texarkana Game Day. Make sure you like and share the post so everyone out there can catch some Texas high school baseball, 4A regional final series. Here's the pitch. It's in there. It's going to be driven to second base. Xander Hall scoops. Traveler Couch for out number 2. So nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. as number 28, Brock Bearden, steps up to the plate for the Hawks. Catcher Kason Head awaits on deck. Just inching into the 8 o'clock hour, and we've got a ball game here. First pitch going to be off speed and low for ball number 1.
This is Brock Bearden. He lined a single into left field his first at bat. Hit a big home run last night.
Second pitch to him. It's going to be on the outside corner, called for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1,000 people like it and 1,000 people don't. Same location, but a breaking ball.
Had a little cut on it, didn't it?
1 ball and 2 strikes, and with 1 pitch, Nate Moore can get out of this inning.
It's hit hard.
It's hit hard off the ground over Hunter Burks. He throws across the diamond. No hits, no runners left on, and no runs score for Pleasant Grove. Here in the bottom of the 4th, after 4, the Liberty ILO Leopards lead the Hawks with a score of 3-2. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more action here on Texarkana Game Day and Tiger Vision.
The pure power of kinetic business by Windstream has been unleashed. We're investing billions to build up our ultra-fast internet in communities across the country. With more enhancements on the horizon, we're stronger than ever, ready to work with you to equip you for whatever comes next. It's your time to connect to customers, to your work, over our expanded and enhanced fiber network by Windstream, built to meet the demands of business. Find great deals for your business at kineticbusiness.com.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but you can get paid to swipe your debit card. Visit one of Texana Bank's locations for more details. Come see what the Texana experience is all about. Texana Bank, here today, here tomorrow.
But it's all LE and PG today as Gage Bellotti steps up to the plate. His first one, he
really
drives
well.
it, but it's going to be foul.
And that had the distance to land over in the Pleasant Grove bullpen had he kept that fair.
We're here in the second game of the 4A Regional Final Series between the crosstown rivals, Liberty ILO Leopards, who are the visiting team today, and the home team, the Pleasant Grove Hawks. Second pitch.
Gage just had 2 solid at-bats tonight. His first at-bat, he lined a shot into left field. They had him shaded that direction, and they were able to track it down and turn a double play, and he walked his last time up.
He's going to foul that one over the backstop.
He had a good hack at that, and he was right on it. I don't
bring
know
the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think I'd stay away from that fastball for a few pitches here.
This one's going to be driven deep out into left field. Hayden Kohler gets under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning.
It's a solid at bat. He hit that ball hard, hit it the other way. Just, again, just bad luck. It's right at somebody.
So Bryce Blackwell steps up to the plate now for LE. Cole Blaine still on the mound for PG. His first pitch, not sure what that was, but it was spinning. It's going to go into the stands, and there's 400 people down the line, and no one makes the catch. So Bryce Blackwell up to the plate. He's got a no balls and 1 strike. This one going to be driven out right to Kohler again, and he makes the second out. 2 straight catches by Hayden Kohler. Here in the top of the 5th inning. And so number 1 playing short tonight, Hunter Burks. He'll come to the plate for the Leopards.
That's another well-hit ball by the Leopards. Again, right at someone.
Blaine doing a great job on the mound. A nice breaking ball in there for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch to the plate is going to be in the dirt for ball number 1. Going to even up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Number 20, Zach Brush, awaits on deck. The 1-1 pitch bounces off the dirt to the backstop. Blaine delivers the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball, jams him up. He grounds it to third base. Alex Murphy across the diamond for out number 3. With no hits, no runners left on, and no runs scored, it's still 3-2. Liberty Ilo leads Pleasant Grove. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back with more baseball action.
Right now at all Greg Orr Auto Collection locations in Texarkana. Shop from your phone, online, or in person, and make no payments up to 120 days with record low interest rates, drastic price reductions, and huge incentives on our vast and pristine selection. Plus, for sales or service, we will even pick up and deliver your vehicle to you. For all the money-saving details, please visit gregorauto.com. That's gregorauto.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Field. It's win or go home for LE tonight, and right now they're leading with a score of 3-2 over the Pleasant Grove Hawks. Number 2, Kason Head, the catcher for the Hawks, will come up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Nate Moore still on the mound for the Leopards. Kason Head squares around a bunt but pulls it back. That's going to be ball number 1. I'm Brian Bolton, joined by Frank Sides and Morgan Smith. We appreciate Dr. Young for dropping by as well. The 4th one we've seen back to Nate Moore. He'll trot over and flip it to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. What I was saying before that hit, we appreciate Dr. Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital for coming out here. He's such a big supporter of all of the local schools and a big supporter of Texarkana Game Day. We appreciate him so much for all that he does for the local athletes and for Texarkana Game Day. Make sure you go over and see them if you have any emergency needs. They're at 4646 Calhoun Creek. You can also reach them at 903-838-8000. We appreciate all that they do for the local community. Also want to make sure we give a big shout out to Tiger Vision. Tiger Vision does a great job putting these games on around Texas High and also bringing you this series between LE and PG. All of their students that are helping back in the truck and around with the cameras, we appreciate them so much. Such a professional organization and a professional production that they put on throughout football season in baseball season.
They're making us look really good tonight.
Really a joy to work with them through all of the football season and some of the baseball season.
And shout out to Charles Aldridge for his help. Also in football season, he was a big
Yeah.
you were there for that.
Absolutely.
Show up and helped us get everything on air, and I had a lot of fun with those kids, and they do a really good job. So we appreciate you guys.
So the 2-2 pitch to the plate.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be fouled off the catcher. That's number 22, Hayden Kohler, that's up to bat.
Now, do you get to keep the school game?
Yeah.
That's a souvenir. Okay.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, you got to go turn those in for a snow cone.
That's just Pee Wee ball.
Oh.
That's Little League ball. You got to go turn them in for a snow cone, try to cut down on the. Then snow cones
right?
got to be more than what baseballs did, so now you just keep them. 2-2 pitch. It's going to be driven foul over down the third base line off the brick wall. They're not going to put that one back in. Hayden Kohler hanging tough. So one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Hayden Kohler, a 2-2 count. He fouls this one to the backstop. Coach Waka's going to trot out and bring some balls to the umpire.
I recognize that last name.
He was a big-time football player, man.
Does he have a brother, cousin?
He does have a
Plays for the
big-time
Rays.
baseball player.
That's what I figured.
So here's the 2-2 pitch. He fouls another one. This one's barely going to get out of play. Bryce Blackwell was coming over from the first base position. Was trying to make the second out of the inning, but it just did get over the dugout, and so no harm, no foul. And Hayden Kohler,
I'll tell you what,
hangs tough in battles.
The pitcher, Nate Moore, plays this game with a confidence that I wish I just had with me in all walks of life.
It's just a mindset, Frank. You wake up every morning and you control your attitude.
Nice pitch.
Right on the outside corner. He rings him up for strike number 3. And that's going to be the second out. Nate Moore doing a phenomenal job on the mound for LE.
Going to bring up Alex Galvin, who I believe moved to center field from the mound. Is that correct?
Yep.
He's reached base both at bats tonight without having to put a ball in play. 1 hit by pitch and 1 walk.
So with 2 outs, he steps up. This one, first pitch, going to be in the dirt for ball number 1. So 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Alex Galvin up to the plate. This one going to be driven out to Zach Brush. He'll make the catch out in left field, and so no hits, no runs scored, and nobody left on. After 5, we are Liberty Ilo 3, Pleasant Grove 2. We're going to stay with you during this commercial break. We've got a special guest, Mr. Jay, one of our Texarkana Game Day correspondents.
Correspondence
straight
is a
from
strong
work.
word.
Where have you been at? Oh. Where you been at? Now we got you on.
I've been a fan the past 5 innings. So been right
And you were
next
here
to
last
y'all.
night as well?
Oh yeah. No, last night's game was absolutely incredible, and was great to be able to say that I was there. Both teams played, so well, and I mean, it looks like.
Well, we'll come back after this. J.M. Long scoops it up.
Stress off the infield. He's really hitting those corners, and I expect him to do that until Coach wants to make a change.
That's going to bring up the DH, number 15, Xander Worthy, to the plate now. First breaking ball right at the knee is going to be called for strike number 1. Co Blaine on the mound for the Hawks. A fastball high for ball number 1, going to even up the count 1-1. What do you think about Tucker Anderson over at first base? What a big series he's had so far.
He has, and if you go back and look, I mean, he's made about 4 or 5 great plays at first base today. Just really, spreading himself to get that throw in.
Offensively and defensively. I don't know if he's not the MVP of the series.
Well, going yard to help that, and then a game-winning triple.
And so a breaking ball from Blaine falls in there for the next one. Going to be high and outside for strike number 2, and then ball number 2. So we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Blaine to the plate. It's going to be swung on and fouled over the backstop.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to visit with Cole before the game, and he was pretty short with his answers, and he basically just said, we're going to win.
Absolutely. And so I know that I say that a lot, but what a great kid. All of these kids, you know, right at the knees, and he waves goodbye. He's going to pick him up and sit him down for strike number 3. So before that strikeout, we were talking about how great all of these kids are. You've been a part of it, Jay, over at Walk-Ons on Wednesday night and covering these guys the whole season. Both ball clubs are just full of great kids.
And they each have each other's back. And there's a lot of trust. We talked with a lot of their pitchers, and they just go back to how much confidence they have in the guys behind them.
Absolutely.
Especially when they know that they don't have their stuff that evening.
Yeah, yeah. And so number 18, Ron Garza, steps up for LE. Fouls the first one out of play. The second one going to be outside. So he's got 1 ball and 1 strike.
We've been watching these games through the lens of guys trying to convey to folks what's happening. What's it been like as a fan? Just this. Have you ever seen an atmosphere like this at a baseball field?
No, and I mean, what's so funny is you've got both sides feeding off each other. You know, you'll have Liberty Ilo fans, you know, do a cheer or you know, really get loud, and I mean, just after that, the Pleasant Grove will follow them up.
This one's going to be grounded across the infield. Number 13, Alex Murphy, comes across, scoops it up, and across the diamond to Tucker Anderson for out number 3. And so no hits, no runners left on, and no runs scored. It's still 3-2 as we head